188, and Natalia in 11 as navigator, and whatever our last one is. I don't remember.
Katya Karmelenkov.
Katya.
I think Vladia's a little upset, not because she's a pilot or anything, but because her brother's name is Ruben.
So I thought that Sonia had wanted to be navigator, right?
She did, and I am denying it for her this mission.
Excellent.
However, as I'm going, I give her a nod and say next time if you demonstrate your skills in the navigator seat, you will fly.
Obviously, what you
How
need
am
to
I
do during the
supposed
during
How
the
am I
daytime,
supposed to
act
do
up, force him, force her. So, lead aircraft 187 is designated as the Wayfinder.
Yep.
Who is the primary attack runner? Which craft?
Sonia is 187.
Okay.
You said witchcraft.
All right.
11 on
That
the
was a
body.
stretch. That was a stretch. That one hurt me. Right.
Night witchcraft. Am I right?
Yeah.
Okay. So your little planes get ready, and they start with the vibrating of the violins from Ride of the Valkyrie. So it's like brrrr, brrrr, brrrr. Your little aircraft take off. Yeah. So what you see as you're approaching, we go like forward in the camera, and there's these incredibly handsome and sexy Germans fighting the other Germans, and they're wearing like partisan outfits, so like homebrewed uniforms that have like Jewish patches or like some like Romani patches or something. They're all using sniper rifles, and they're like shooting all of the Germans at Krasny Zavod rail junction. And as you guys are approaching, the searchlights turn on with like that pa-chunk that all large electrical appliances have when the breakers are tripped.
Hollywood.
Yeah.
Yeah, like my toaster.
And the rail cars, like the aircraft turrets, start turning, and they're like in your guys' directions. So, can I get a wayfind move and tell me how you're lining this up?
Okay, so we'll find out how well I do. 10, just enough. Actually, 11 because I'm in my favored plane.
Wait, how much mission pool do we have?
You have
believe we
mission
have
pool of 3.
3, yeah. Okay, so we are lining up the shot. We are going low to avoid the searchlights. Towards the end, we bank up and drop our bombs.
Yeah, so like as soon as you bank up, all of the searchlights are like, shoop!
Yep.
I know all you guys are highlighted. The gunners are like, da, 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 da. Oh, sorry. I don't have my hat on today because it's incredibly hot down here. It's seriously like 85 degrees.
Yeah, that's better.
Yeah, it's a little better, but it's not the greatest. Yeah, there doesn't seem to be any German aircraft in the area, so you guys weren't escorted tonight. And, there's these incredibly handsome, blonde-haired, blue-eyed German snipers who are out there, like, picking off the guys on the aircraft guns as you guys are approaching.
Wait. The Germans are picking off the
Yes,
Russians?
the
with
Germans.
aircraft?
German partisans.
It's GVG
Yeah,
combat.
GVG combat. Partisans. They're basically terrorists.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
All right.
That's
I
what
was-
we
I was
would
sitting
call
here,
them
I was like,
nowadays.
hang on a minute.
In World War II, we called them partisans. So
Yeah.
when they're on your side, they're called partisans, and when they're against you, we call them terrorists.
Wow.
It's like how we call them operatives, and everybody else calls them secret agents. Yeah.
Or
Is there-
spies or
Is
assassins.
there... I'm interested, Arthur. Is there a way that we would have any interaction with these people outside of, like, during the day?
Yeah, you could go out and meet some of them. Sure. Did you want to meet some sexy German partisans?
Ooh.
I'm thinking other ways of dealing with my issues. and-
Sure.
Yeah.
All right. So while you're thinking about that,
Tatiana's
you need to
got
make
some
the attack
ideas.
roll. Yeah. So like you're flying your aircraft upside down so you can get a better look at them, and then you got to make the attack roll. But one of the Germans sees you, and he's like, I'd fly that. What's German for "I'd fly that any day"? Let me go.
Yes, my
find some-
No, not really. That's
Ich möchte das gefliegt.
That doesn't sound as sexy.
No, I know. German isn't sexy.
Quick, say something sexy in German.
Ich würde fliegen das jeden Tag.
Like, I think that man just swore at me.
All right. So what am I doing? Attack roll,
Attack roll.
and that's guts if I remember correctly.
Ich sollte das jeden Tag fliegen.
Let's spend 2 mission.
Are you in
pool.
a favored plane by chance?
I am.
I
But
thought you
I
had
don't-
regard for your
I don't
boy.
have regard for planes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So let's make that. Let's make that 10.
Okay, yeah, you hit the target dead on. Tell me about it.
What are we bombing in this one? Rail cars.
Rail cars, yeah.
All right. So I guess we're coming in upside down, because checking out the boy, the man meets on the ground. And as I do it, Tatiana's like, it's coming up, and I'm like, oh, okay. So I just sort of, without too much care, I just sort of flick my wrist, flip the plane around, and as it's flipping around, I sort of drop the bomb on it sideways, sort of thing. So it like goes into the side rather than down onto the top or whatever. It looks hella cool, Hollywood style. Let's see here.
Shot.
Yeah. So the attack run, I have to pick one. Flak. So
Okay.
navigate. Make a
Okay.
enemy fire.
So I would not recommend anyone Venomaya this, as only a navigator can make this roll. This is a +1 because I am in my favorite
So I was
plane.
wondering why you didn't put me as navigator.
Okay.
Oh, no, well.
I'm at 10. So blow the train off of the tracks, and some of the enemy flak from the trail mounted rail car is shooting at us. But of course, since we just blew a train off of the tracks, we have like torn the rail line with it and completely knocked the alignment off of the anti-aircraft guns.
How long is the train that's barreling down the track?
they're not
at full
moving.
speed
It
coming?
is now very short.
No, I see one pretty far off, I think. It's
All
going
right,
real-
if you want that to be a thing, yeah, there's a train coming, and the guy leans out the window and he's like, "Scheißen!" And he pulls the brake, but it's clear they're not going to stop. And so you know how time is in movies, right? Like, even though they were almost a mile away, almost seconds later, it slams into the back of one anti-aircraft gun. The gun explodes, tossing ammunition everywhere. And there's a bunch of Germans running, and one guy gets hit in the back with like a 155 shell, and he's like, "Ah!" He blows up, and his head goes soaring through the air slowly, Quentin Tarantino-style blood coming out from his spinal cord, which is still attached. In the background, we see that one of the anti-aircraft guns is like falling over. The whole cart has gone sideways. The gun is like in locked firing position and is shooting like retreating German soldiers. It's like do, 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 do. So each time it fires, it's like divoting harder into the ground and like changing its position.
So one bomb from Sonya
Yes.
was enough to like kill.
It's
like,
more than one bomb. It's lots of bombs. You're dropping a ton of bombs at once. But
Remember, everybody, we're playing a historical game here.
yeah, it's historically accurate. This kind of stuff actually happened. And as you're flying off, someone with like lieutenant's bars on his shoulders and a German outfit in one of the like partisans caps sees the 3 planes going off, and he goes, "Hübsche Fraus,"
What's that mean?
means lovely ladies.
Lovely ladies.
Yeah.
All
In
right.
my bad Google translated German.
Yeah, it
I do
probably
know
means,
Fraus
like,
is women.
warm
Don't
dishwater.
What?
Well, in this
Fraulein.
History Channel reenactment, Arthur, that's probably the best we would have got anyway. So.
Yeah.
Whoa. I just want to say, I'm pretty sure History Channel had something to do with Band of Brothers, right? Isn't AMC owned by History
but that
Channel?
was like that
Band
was
of Brothers
like
was HBO, I thought.
Was it?
That was
Well,
HBO.
anyway, Band of Brothers was amazing.
Mm-hmm.
yeah. Well, then butt shots,
Wow.
man.
Wow, look at all these people. How does so many people in chat speak actual fucking German? Man, they making me look like a scrub-ass bitch.
Boom.
Probably
It's
something-
scrub.
Oh yeah, I need to join Twitch. Isn't it something like Liebsten Fraulein or something like? I don't know.
Everybody's
Dang.
like, hey, did you know that this is the real way to say exactly what you wanted to say? I'm like, no, I didn't know that. All right, you make it back to base. There's no problems. Your debriefing officer for the day is Captain Mishka Kateva, your superior officer. And so she's like brushing her hands off. She's got some sort of white powder all over it, and she's like, excellent work tonight, comrades. Why don't you tell me what happened, Captain?
We blew shit up.
Captain, I know that I run a
Don't
loose
worry,
command.
you'll get a paper later today that describes it.
Of course.
I will detail the mission. Yes. Yes, the bombing run was incredibly successful. We were able to destroy many rail lines. Damage to the German position was absolute. Russian troops can advance at will.
So Captain Katieva wraps a hand around your hip and puts a glass of alcohol in your left hand. So she's got her hand on your right hip and alcohol in your left hand, and is trying to like push you away from everybody. And she's like, "Captain, walk with me."
Yeah, absolutely.
And she's like leaning towards you and whispering in your ear, and she's like, "Captain, I've noticed that you never do anything but write paper. They say that you used to love working on the aircraft. You don't even look for men anymore, or women. I don't care. Don't tell the NKVD that, of course. But do something with your life. For serious. Plus, if you keep writing reports, I have to keep signing off on them. So fucking stop it. Or at least take a break every once in a while."
I believe I will take you up on your advice. Perhaps I can do. Of course, I must report the day's mission briefings, but I will endeavor to have you read less today. Only.
She says, "Okay." And then she slaps you on the back and says, "Don't forget, today is the day that Comrade General Igor arrives."
Oh crap!
You remember Lieutenant General Igor Miroshnikchenko.
Of course,
You have
how
been
could I
having your
forget?
ladies prepare for the song and dance routine. We're putting your section in the front.
I'm sure my squadron will be very pleased to hear this.
I hope he likes underage girls because we got lots of them. What?
He does.
Probably does. That's kind of a problem.
Yeah.
What is an issue?
Thank you for the update. I'll ensure that the squadron is ready for the ceremony.
Excellent.
Salute.
She wanders
Go
off.
back to the mission briefing and dismiss them, as I'm sure they're all still standing there waiting to be dismissed.
Yeah. Is song and dance a skill roll in this game?
I think it would be by acting up like a lady, right?
Yeah,
That would be the appropriate way to dance correctly.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd say that, but it's not really acting. Is it acting up if you're ordered to do it?
That's a good
Arthur?
point. It might be tempting fate.
I don't know if it's tempting fate either. I think it's more
We've been ordered
likely...
to do it. It'd be tempting fate to refuse.
Maybe there's not a role for it, right? Like maybe you just have to do it.
Yeah.
Mm.
We
Or
all
maybe,
just actually sing.
Arthur,
Yeah.
maybe it's like consecutive eyeball movements. You know what I'm saying? You got eyeball
That has
general while you're
nothing to do
dancing.
with it.
You know? Yeah.
You could do that if you wanted to. So, in honor of the general's visit, tonight you have no mission.
Oh, how thankful are we?
So you have all day to prepare your song and dance routine for the night.
I suggest the Macarena. We come up with it right now. We invent it.
He has a specific dance that he's been asking everybody to learn.
What is it?
It's
Macarena.
traditional Russian dance.
Cool. As a traditional Russian woman, I would completely understand what this is and have no need to acted out as a
Obviously,
player of this game.
it's
It's a simple
it's-
ballet routine, guys. Get it together.
What was
Oh,
it
are you-
called?
are you
It's
gonna link
called
us what
Koro
it is?
Beniki. It's the theme from Tetris.
Oh, nice.
Is
that the leg kicking thing?
Yes.
Is that really a very feminine dance, though?
It's a very Russian dance.
It's a Russian dance, but like, it's weird that he wants the ladies to do it. I don't know.
It's not weird.
He's the general. He
He's
can
the
ask for
general.
whatever he
He's-
wants.
He's not just a general, he's a lieutenant general, so
Lieutenant
he
General.
probably has the comrade secretary's ear.
No.
Okay.
It's only going to be weird if he asks us to do the kicking dance wearing skirts.
It'd only be weird if he asked you to do Dance of the Sugar Plum Fairy.
Out of curiosity, Arthur, something I wanted to ask
Yes.
for the upcoming day.
Yep.
Captain Kushinada, Regimental Politruk, just recently came into the position. Is that correct?
Yep, literally that night.
Literally that night. So he hasn't really had a chance to go through all of the notes and paperwork left by the previous two dead Regimental Politruks.
Well,
Is
the
that-
previous regimental Politruk shot themselves in the face literally hours ago.
Okay, yep. And the Deputy Politruk was an unfulfilled position at that time. Is that
That's
correct?
correct. She died in a plane accident.
So
Okay.
you're gonna like hand deliver your next papers to him? Is that what you're saying?
No, no, no.
Want to get them out of the way so you can promote somebody else in the position.
I would like to, if I can, while I am practicing for my song of dance, I would like to break into the previous offices of our now deceased Regimental Politruk and attempt to steal as much incriminating documents as I can. Not steal, but maybe steal.
Acquire.
That's
Acquire.
almost certainly tempting fate.
Yes,
So
it is.
why? I don't
So
understand why you
The
think
consequences
about
here
like
could be very, very serious.
every
Yes,
single
I-
time that we've tempted fate, it's never ended well. Never
I'm
once.
well aware of this. So I would like. So let me tell you what I would like this information for.
Very well.
And then you can kind of work this into your story from here. First off, if there's any information on Captain Krishnada, that would be amazing. I don't know that that would necessarily be the case. Second, I would like to remove all incriminating evidence or less than favorable reports written about myself. Third, I would like information on Major Lobodeva. And fourth, I would like information on Sonia's love interest and any evidence pointing to his womanizing ways or anything that would compromise Sonia's feelings towards him. Anything that I can use. So I'm basically looking for all the dirt because I'm pretty sure the Regimental Politruk has it.
Interesting.
Yep.
Okay.
And I would like to, as soon as I get it, I'd like to memorize it as quickly as possible and destroy it so it's not on my persons.
So I'm curious about the evidence that you're going to present to Sonia. Are you just going to do a word of mouth? Because that's not really evidence at that point.
Yeah, I might actually keep something. Like, I'm sure that the Regimental Politruk has copies of like letters that he's sent. I mean, I'm sure they open all the mail, transcribe it.
Here is a picture of what I did to a woman last night.
Anything that I can use as incriminating evidence.
You're looking for
Um,
sects.
and
sex-
I'll
Check
let
out my
Okay.
ex videos URL that I made of myself and
Sure.
this woman last. No.
Yeah.
Anyway.
So up until this point, Captain Petrovna has basically been relying on the skill of her squadron to kind of ward off any unfavorable attention, and using her.
That's literally the only reason your
Yes.
squadron has survived is because you always win.
Yeah. But I'd like to take a little bit of the luck out of it. I'd like.
Oh, so you want to go up to the Sword of Damocles and maybe like cut the line and move it over 4 inches to the right?
I don't know what that reference is.
Wow, really? Sword of Damocles? Okay, no,
Sword
I get.
hanging over the guy.
Yeah, it's the
Stop him.
sword
Oh,
hanging
yeah,
over
yeah,
the
yeah,
king's
yeah.
head.
Oh yeah. Okay, yeah. I know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
So anyway, but I mean, I've said all the things that I'm looking for. You can
Yep.
kind of pick and choose which ones I actually find, if any at all. And I do understand that I will be tempting fate in order to
Yeah,
do.
let's do it. Let's tempt
Okay.
that fate.
All right.
Though
So,
to be fair, like this is probably the most use out of attempt of fate thing you've ever seen in this game. Mine was like steal the boys' panties, and then Virgil's was plant Jewish Bibles on people, and then yours,
yeah, higher ups.
and yours was, yo, I'm just gonna take all the evidence that implicates me in crimes, and then I'm going to take additional evidence to make my team even better. So
Yep.
what's up?
yep.
So if you fail this, I mean, yeah,
Yep.
congratulations. Welcome to the pits of hell, but
Yep.
you most certainly deserve to be there. So
Oh, thanks.
You
I'll
can do
remember that.
it.
Okay, so I am standing outside of the former regimental Politrux quarters, and I look up and I say, Sasha, I will not fail them like I failed you. And I invoke
Dang.
Ghost's move to automatically succeed as a 10+ on my temp fate.
oh,
So who did you take as your ghost, Sasha?
Sasha, yeah,
Okay.
the original, the first person to basically die under my command.
So what happens is we see the ghost of Sasha like lifting your hands and like showing you how to unlock the door,
Yeah.
and then like she's
but
like,
before she does that, she's also like, she also does things with your hands to like, you know,
no, she
she's
doesn't
like,
do any of those things.
She's like, no, this is how you
So
do that.
she's like giving you commands on when to stop, and like she tells you to stop, and like 2 patrolmen come out in front of you.
Yep.
And then she's like, "Come along," and she even like points to the drawer where all of your reports are stored.
Yep.
Dang. Sasha, what's up?
So
Babe
Sasha
from-
has.
So
has
that's one of
provi-
your 3 uses, right?
Yep, I have marked off one of the uses of ghosts.
Finally, Sasha can rest. You know what I'm
No,
saying?
Sasha, you have 2 more.
Sasha has 2 more things she can do before she.
Yeah,
can
I
take
love
it
the
out.
idea of like now for until you finish it, there's like a chain from your wrist that's bound to Sasha's wrist on the ghostly realm, and she follows you everywhere like a kite.
She becomes a sin eater. Are you fucking kidding me? Yeah, I'm a ghost now. What's up? Tune
I
into
just-
Sin Eaters every
I just like the
Saturday,
idea of
10
like you
EST.
flying and ghost Sasha's like pinned. Because she's
I-
flying so fast, she's like
Yeah.
a kite. She's like ah.
I'd imagine the ghost would fly faster than the fucking planes, Arthur. Let's be honest. We're going by World of Darkness rules. You can fly super quick.
We're going by Russian spiritualist rules. So
By the way, this
Arthur,
card
what
game
exactly
that they-
did I acquire in my raid of the regimental Politrux?
you acquired all the things you were looking for. You tempted fate.
Yep. So what dirt did I find on Captain Krishnada, if any?
Captain Kushanada, you found a number of documents. So they're all dated because this NKVD post didn't directly have anything to do with Captain Kushanada.
Yep.
But there's a lot of talk that she's involved with a high-level government official, specifically one Colonel Fedlateral.
Okay.
And probably the last piece of thing, maybe it's like a telegram that's like left on the desk.
Yep.
Is a telegram from one Major General Barsukova that he has reinstated the Colonel Fedlateral to his previous position and is sending Captain Kushanada to investigate the death of his sister.
The death of so the regimental Politruk, the previous regimental Politruk?
Yes.
Okay.
So, Major General Barsukova is sending Captain Kushanada to investigate the death of his sister.
Okay. All right. Yeah. Okay. And what have I learned about Captain Katieva?
There's little to no paperwork on Captain Katieva that you can find in the office.
All right. Major Lobadeva?
There's 0. There's absolutely nothing on Major Lobadeva. Remember, she outranks Captain
Yep.
Barsukova.
Okay. And what have
they
I
would
found?
have someone of higher rank watching her.
Okay. What have I found out about Sonia's love interest?
Captain Galunov.
Yep.
I think probably not a lot, because he's not a member of this regiment.
That's unfortunate. That was the whole reason for doing this.
So, I mean, you probably have, like, basic dossiers on most members of the armed forces. So,
Okay.
you learned that he is a known womanizer, which the NKVD plan to use against him in the future.
Okay.
Just, general secret police stuff. But that, all in all, he seemed to be an ideal Red Army officer, and that he's being marked for promotion if he could just stop sticking his dick in things.
Right. Okay. And I assume I have a cache of other little.
You know what you
things.
find? You find that he was held for promotion as a junior lieutenant during the years before the war because he did a flyby on an admiral's daughter.
He did a flyby on an admiral's daughter, huh?
Yeah.
Hit and quit it.
Okay, cool. So I will let someone else do something as I've occupied a lot of time.
Yeah. So what do you guys want to do for the day?
Okay. Is there any flight school stuff?
Any flight school stuff?
Like,
Yes.
do they have training and whatnot?
Yes, as a
Sonia-
matter of fact.
Sonia is going to go and find either a male or a female. Doesn't really matter.
I would remind you that your section leader, your squadron leader is actually the logistics and training officer.
Tatiana.
Yep.
Yep. She's had
Okay.
flight school.
All right. So I'll. Well, maybe I wasn't like. Maybe I'm. Well, here's the thing. I think I'd go around her.
Okay.
Mostly
Won't be that hard.
because.
She's not that big.
What was that?
Nothing.
Okay.
You just got it.
Yeah, man, the mom jokes. Just like, whoosh. Anyway, so I would go find someone who's currently learning to be a navigator and maybe get there, maybe like get a tutoring from them.
Oh, you know what? We already know that Katya Kermelenkov is all about tutoring people.
Which one is Katya?
Katya is
She's
the
in
one
your
that-
squadron.
Natalia was with on coming
Yeah,
to
so
the
when
mission
you
brief.
express any interest while you're eating at becoming a navigator, Katya's like grabs your hands in front of her and is like, "Oh my goodness, I would be so grateful, Sonia, to teach you. Why do you want to learn to become a navigator?"
Well, there's a man who said that.
There's a man. Tell me more.
He said that he would only be with me if I was the navigator to his pilot.
She actually starts weeping and is like, "Oh, you're saying that you are doing this for true love, and that I can help you. I, Katya Kurmolenkov, can help you become a better navigator.
Yeah. Yes.
It is destined!"
All right. Yay. When do we get started?
She's like, "Next
Sorry,
week."
I need to get into my woman accent because I'm channeling my dick right now. It's so.
She's like,
Dick
"I
is a
have
character
flown
in
at
Sonic, by
least
the way.
4 missions as a navigator in combat circumstances. I can teach you a lot. Unfortunately, it's going to take me a week or so to free up my schedule unless you can somehow convince Captain Petrovna to lighten my duty load."
Consider it done.
All right,
Yeah.
then. She goes for the high five.
I give her a high five.
All right,
and then
you
I
do the
hug her.
jump high five,
Yeah,
and it
but then
starts
I
playing
also
"Don't
hug
You
her
Forget
across
About
the-
Me." It's like, "Hey, hey, 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 don't you?" It does a freeze frame, and like it goes
Everyone else
grayscale
is
as
still
well.
Moving around though, but we're just freeze frames for.
No, it's way cooler than that. You guys do the freeze frame jump, it grayscales, and then it zooms back, and it's the camera on the actual picture. So it's like you guys don't look exactly the same. You guys were being played by actors, and it's a freeze frame of the actual picture that was taken at that
Oh,
moment.
right. It's the
1942.
picture from our reenactment.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But then there's also like a talking head of like really, 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 really old Sonia.
Yeah.
It's just like, I remember that. Yes. And then it goes back to the actual.
I like how you're assuming Sonya lives to this point.
Yeah, she's probably gonna die today.
I think in the background there's definitely 2 guys with their shirts off, carrying heavy objects.
Yeah.
And that's to show that, like, the show is literally recreating what actually happened, that there were a bunch of guys walking around in the background.
Yeah. Just the lunch staff is all like naked, half naked men, basically.
No, your lunch staff is all women. But remember, outside your aircraft area, there's all men because you share your airfield with the male